So, hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Be Creative. Thanks for all the feedback I've got from you guys watching it, and yeah, thanks for this nice picture of Ali Chan from Turkey who got creative, and also I got a question, what about everyday creativity? Why I talk so much about art and creativity is so much more, and yes, it's true, and I think we can also talk about everyday creativity and creativity in different fields than art, but I think art is just a major process where creativity plays the lead role. It's a bit like when a martial arts teacher tries to teach you something, he or she is gonna tell you how to do the movement slow and big, and then you can make it little and fast. And I think this is the same about creativity. So if we talk about arts and the big process of being creative, then we can later talk about how to be more creative in your everyday life or how it helps beyond being an artist or making great art. And I don't think you have to become an artist or call yourself an artist, but if you just have a hobby and want to be more creative in that, it's also fine. Just be curious about what we're going to talk about next. And as you may have noticed, I recorded the last two episodes at once just to save some time, and this is going to be the topic of today, time. So today, where I record this, it's Friday, and Friday is what I consider my creativity day, where I just have the whole day for being creative and produce art. And this developed over the last 2 years. I just decided to have such a day in my life, one day just for the arts. On this day, I just force myself to be creative and to make videos like this on music. By the way, I have a new music video out now, and you can watch it here. It's called New Star, and maybe you like it. Why is it important to take yourself time or specific times for your creativity? I hear many people they tell me, yeah, like when I just take myself time to be creative, I cannot be creative. The best ideas I have under the shower, or like when I go shopping, and then when I go and try to make something out of it, nothing happens. And yes, this might be true, but on the other hand, you cannot force your inspiration, but you can be there and try to get it started. And this is how it works. It doesn't work the other way around because when you're shopping and you don't have time to write a poem. You can drop everything and run home as fast as you can, try and see if you remember something out of it. But the way more productive way is just take yourself some time, sit on a desk or wherever your working place is, depending on what you're doing actually, and make something. And this is the most and yeah, the biggest step to get something started is to take yourself the time. And I think, what is time? Time is valuable. People say time is money, but I think it's way more important than that. Time is life if you think about it, because without time, nothing would happen. Music exists only in time. And the Greeks have even a god for the time. They have two gods for time. They have Kronos, which is like the god of the overall time, and then you have Kairos, which is the god of the right moment. And he has hair on the front, but he's bald on the back. And there's a poem where he explains it, and it's you have to grab him at his hair, and when he's gone, you cannot get him back. So you just have to be there in the right moment. And yeah, if you say the moment is somewhere else, then yeah, you have to go somewhere else. But it doesn't matter if you take a whole day like I do, or just like a few minutes. I think, yeah, you can get started by take yourself deliberately 5 minutes every week and get started and do something and force yourself to do what you actually wanted to do always and see what happens. Because if you don't do it, nothing will happen. It's easy as that. There's a great video today which is from Beeple. It's a long video and he talks about why it's important to be creative every day, and Beeple is known for making his every day, so he made a render for every day over the last 12 years, and I think for the first 5,000 days, he made a big collage and sold it for $69 million. And it's pretty impressive, not only because of the amount of money, but also like the idea of doing something every day. And it doesn't have to be every day, but I think at least once a week you should uh, be able to spend some time for your art. And it's great. And yeah, let me know how it goes. If you think about time in terms of philosophy, it's actually a great mystery of how time flies, or how time seems to stand still sometimes. And it's one of the biggest riddles, actually, if you meditate about the topic of time. And in a practical sense, it means just to be able to do something with your life, with this moment. People often think like ahead of time, and they think about plans and what they're going to do in 5 minutes or what they did half an hour ago. And just staying present in the very moment is very helpful in making better art and, yeah, accepting everything that is as it is. Stillness, hard to bear. We used to having something going on all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. Click on the next video. Just before going to sleep, listening to the stillness again. People often think of time as in different moments, and like, yeah, this is one situation, this is the next situation, now I'm making music, now I'm going to sleep. And so we used to frame our time in little blocks, but actually it's ever flowing. And there is like, I think if you go onto quantum level, there's maybe like time stops being to flow, but in our everyday life, it's hard to make it stand still. But as an artist, it's this transcendent point that you're heading to, right? That you don't know what's going to happen next. This is what's the fearful thing in art, that you don't know how you're going to fill this void, this half an hour of time, by filling it out with a body of art, or just a few sentences of a poem, just 3 minutes of a piece of music. But as your art needs like a specific space to happen, or like it also needs time as a frame. And if you allow yourself just a little piece of time every week, then there will be space for your art or for your hobby to flourish, and it might be growing. So Neil Gaiman tells a story about Terry Pratchett and how he started as an artist. And he was working in a full-time job, and he only had half an hour every night where he would work on his first book. And when he finished that book, he had still 20 minutes left. So he just kept another piece of paper and started writing the next book. And if you know Terry Pratchett, he has like a huge body of work, and it's really impressive. And yeah, I think it doesn't have to be much time, but it just has to be a regular basis on which you come and devote yourself to the art that you're doing. This is why it is so important and crucial to take that time and to make things happen. Thank you. Thanks for watching.